What if I told you that billions of dollars from drug deals, corruption, and crimes are hiding in plain sight? That the fancy hotel downtown, the luxury car dealership, or even that shiny art gallery could be part of a massive global money-cleaning operation? It sounds like a movie plot, right? But it's real, and it's happening every single day. Criminals have mastered the art of turning dirty cash into clean wealth that blends perfectly into our everyday economy. And the scary part? Most of the time, no one even notices. Today, we're diving deep into how money laundering actually works and how criminals use modern systems to wash billions. Imagine you stumble upon a bag full of cash on the street. No name, no ID, just bundles of money sitting there waiting to be picked up. Feels like a lucky day, right? Well, not really. The moment you try to spend or deposit that money, people will start asking questions. Where did it come from? Why do you have it? And that is when you realize having a lot of cash is not always a blessing. This is where money laundering comes in. It is basically the process of making illegal money look like it came from a legal source. And it usually happens in three main steps: placement, layering, and integration. Think of it like washing dirty clothes. Placement is when the dirty money first enters the system. Criminals might deposit it in small amounts, buy assets with it, or mix it with earnings from cash-heavy businesses like bars, casinos, or car washes. Layering is when they try to cover their tracks by moving the money through multiple accounts or even different countries. They make so many transactions that tracing the original source becomes almost impossible. It is like shaking a muddy bottle of water until everything looks the same. Integration is the final step. This is when the cleaned money comes back looking legal. Now it can be used to buy houses, cars, or even start businesses. The money that once came from something illegal suddenly looks like honest profit. Dirty money in, clean money out. Let's discuss how the money enters the system in detail. One classic trick is called smurfing. That means breaking a big pile of cash into many small deposits so each one looks harmless. It is like sneaking cookies one by one instead of carrying the whole box into the room. Another favorite is to hide the cash inside businesses that already deal with a lot of cash. Think diners, car washes, corner shops, markets, or small casinos. Those businesses can mix illegal money with their real takings and claim it as extra sales. It looks messy, but messy helps it blend in. Some people use prepaid cards, money orders, or foreign cash to move value without obvious bank trails. Prepaid cards can be topped up and spent in ways that make tracing tougher. Money orders let you move cash through postal or retail systems. And foreign currency can be moved across borders in ways that confuse local checks. This placement step is the riskiest for the launderer because it is the first time dirty cash touches the legal world. A single suspicious deposit or a sharp teller can ruin everything. That is why launderers obsess over tiny deposits, believable receipts, and businesses that already look noisy and cash-heavy. Get placement wrong, and the whole plan collapses. Alright, so the cash is in the system. Now what? Time to play hide-and-seek, but on a professional level. Once dirty money has made that first step, criminals try to blur every clue that links it to the original crime. The goal is simple: make following the cash so annoying that investigators give up or run out of time. One popular trick is to move the money through lots of bank accounts and across borders. Small transfers here, transfers there, different currencies, different names. It looks boring on purpose. The more jumps and the more countries involved, the harder it is to trace any single path. Then there are shell companies. These are businesses that exist mostly on paper. They have a name, maybe a phone number, sometimes a director who is a nominee. But they do little real commerce. Payments between shell companies can be used to justify large sums moving around, even if no real product or service changed hands. Trade-based tricks are another favorite. Imagine invoicing a shipment of coffee at 10 times its real value, or saying a container was half full when it was full. Over-invoicing and under-invoicing lets criminals send value across borders while calling it legitimate trade. On paper, it looks like normal business, but the numbers have been cooked. Offshore accounts and tax havens add another layer. Jurisdictions with strict secrecy rules let money sit under unfamiliar names, and getting records requires legal muscle and time. Nominee directors and complex ownership chains make it look like many different people own the assets, when really one group is behind it all. All these moves combine to make the original source of the money nearly impossible to find. By the time investigators untangle one thread, 10 more have appeared. Next up, we'll see how that tangled money finally comes back into the real economy looking perfectly normal. Alright, so after all the hiding and messy paperwork, the goal is to make the cash act like it was always clean. This is the payoff moment. Once the trail is muddled, criminals start buying things that look normal and respectable. Real estate, art, high-end cars, and shares in real businesses are favorites because they hold value and look perfectly ordinary on the surface. Real estate is a top pick. Buying a property through a company makes it easy to hide the real buyer. The property can sit for a while, then be sold to a third party. When it sells, the money looks like legitimate proceeds from a property deal. Same with art and collectibles. A painting bought with dirty cash can be sold later, and suddenly the seller has legal money from a gallery sale. Here's a simple example. A criminal sets up a fake company and uses the cleaned funds to buy a small apartment. The company records the purchase as a normal business investment. A year later, the company sells the apartment to an unsuspecting buyer. The account now shows a profit from a property sale, and the money looks legal. That profit is now safe to spend on anything: vacations, new businesses, or even political donations. Buying or investing in real, visible assets also gives the launderer status and stability. It makes the money part of the regular economy, not hidden under a mattress. This is the stage where the cash actually becomes usable without constant fear of being asked, where illegal gains finally wear the clothes of legitimate income. So, you know how criminals used to sneak cash through casinos or car washes? Well, now they've gone digital. With online banking, instant payments, and crypto, laundering money has become way more high-tech. No duffel bags of cash, just a few clicks and digital wallets. One of the biggest tricks in this world is something called crypto mixers or tumblers. Think of it like putting your dirty money into a washing machine full of other people's coins. It mixes everything together and gives you back clean-looking coins that are almost impossible to trace. It's fast, sneaky, and frustrating for investigators. Then there are decentralized exchanges and privacy coins. These platforms don't require traditional IDs, and privacy coins are designed to hide every detail of a transaction. That means tracking who sent what to whom becomes a digital maze with no exit sign. And it's not just coins anymore. Criminals have found creative loopholes like using NFTs, online games, and even metaverse land to move illegal money. They'll buy a digital item with dirty crypto, then sell it later and claim it as a legitimate profit. On paper, it all looks like a normal transaction in the virtual world. Governments and crypto exchanges are trying to fight back. They've started monitoring wallets and transactions more closely. But the truth is, technology keeps evolving faster than the rules. Every time a loophole is closed, a new one opens, and that's what makes digital laundering such a dangerous and fast-moving challenge. So, here's the thing. Money laundering isn't just some clever financial trick. It's the fuel that keeps corruption, terrorism, and organized crime alive. Every clean dollar that started dirty carries a hidden story of crime, manipulation, and greed. It's not just about moving money around, it's about power, control, and how far people will go to hide the truth. But the more we understand how it works, the harder it becomes for criminals to get away with it. Awareness is our biggest weapon. Every time you recognize the signs or question where money comes from, you're already one step ahead. The financial world is changing fast, and staying informed isn't just smart, it's necessary. So if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe for more eye-opening stories about money, power, and the secrets shaping our world. This is Mindcraft, where ideas become action, and action becomes your future.